Hello everyone and welcome to VLSI for all. This is special video for every student who wants to go through the concept to question sessions and get a clarity on it because we have a teacher did this all. Today we have Mr. Suresh VSR sir. He was a senior faculty at Unacademy and Madeeasy and now he has created his own institute in the name of Gate Pro. Thank you sir for giving your time and it means a lot sir.
Thanks VLSI for all and hello viewers. I'm Suresh VSR. Thanks for giving me a chance to speak with you people. So we'll speak a lot. We'll speak about VLSI and a lot of things. So thank you, students.
Sir, you are a man of experience and you know everything, almost everything about the professional life of the GATE aspirant and its opportunity and starting. And sir, we can start with this, sir. Sir, can we have your brief introduction so that the audience can match the frequency with you, sir?
I'm Suresh VSR. I've been a teacher throughout my life. For 22 years, I knew nothing other than teaching and teaching and teaching. But in that, most of my success, most of my life was teaching for Madeeasy Delhi, which is one of the best institutes for GATE coaching during the 2010 to 2020 era. So I was associated with Madeeasy. I worked for 9 years to almost 10 years there. And I worked in electronics department there, teaching electromagnetics, considered to be the toughest subject. Then, of course, I shifted to Unacademy post-Corona, and then I was there with Unacademy for some time. I was more popular in Unacademy because of the YouTube videos and all. Suddenly, it gave me a fame. Madeeasy was my success. Unacademy gave me name and fame. Now, of course, totally took a retirement from that hectic lifestyle of online teaching. A lot of online hectic activity. So I took a total retirement and I've got my own institute called as Gate Pro. It's in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. We are, of course, going offline and online both and teaching for only electrical and electronics. So enjoying my retirement life with all my experience, happily living in Vizag.
Sir, you teach the electromagnetics, which is the toughest course for the electronics, and you make it easy for the GATE aspirants, sir. How you cope up with this and how you read the minds of the Indian students?
Electromagnetics is a completely mathematical oriented, three-dimensionally oriented subject. So teaching on a board is really tough. A three-dimensional presentation with hardcore mathematics using a two-dimensional board is not easy. So that's where the challenge always lies. Okay, how we express ourselves, how we convey that maths to the student is important. So throughout my career, I was struggling for the last 22 years. Literally struggling to deliver the content to students who have a 2D board and a 3D subject to handle. So obviously I was successful because I could do it very, very neatly and very simply in that manner. And major help comes in electromagnetics in the form of mathematics. If I can convey the mathematics properly and its physical meaning properly, what is del, what is integration, what is differentiation, my teaching was almost complete. I could deliver the goods that I wanted to give. So mathematics is the key to understand electromagnetics, and understanding mathematics physically is more important. I was successful in that thanks to the organizations or thanks to the students who always brought me to fame. So it's always the students and the organizations that made me great. Otherwise myself, I'm not really that great. So maths and my conveying skills, that's it.
So you are very quite humble about your success, sir. That's very nice and motivating experience for us, sir. Sir, we can start with the prepared PPT, sir, and this is the PPTs, and this is the sir. We can start with the sir. This is your GATE coaching, sir. Can you tell about this, sir?
You want me to tell about Gate Pro?
Yes, sir.
Or shall we start talk about VLS and then come to
sure,
the last?
Sir, sure,
editing,
sure, sir.
We'll start with it.
Okay, sir. Sir, sir, like I said in the starting, you are a man of experience, sir. You know a lot about this, sir. You teach the electromagnetics, but you know what are the key demand areas of the job markets for circuit engineers or for the electronics engineers, sir. Can we start with this?
Yeah. Job market is very rapidly changing nowadays. You can't go to an industry and ask, I'm BTech in electronics, give me a job. Because BTech in electronics has nothing as an weightage, because there are a lot of people coming out. So what it demands is a core specialization beyond BTech in electronics, or just broadly saying you from electronics. So what are the core areas? What are the specialization areas that you need? There's surely a cutting edge technology called as VLSI. Because you won't have discrete components, BJTs and transistors, and then you work on those BJTs and transistors. It's chip level manufacturing, chip level design, and everything goes with chip. System on a chip is what it is now. So VLSI is one of the hottest area now. One of the hottest for electronics, that even electrical students who are supposed to be learning power electronics and power systems, they come and do MTechs in VLSI. I did even find some students getting tempted to do VLSI even from mechanical and civil, though they are not eligible. That's the demand for VLSI. Then closely followed by IoT, considered to be something for computer science students, but connected totally to electronics. Internet of Things, because Internet of PCs is gone now. It's Internet of Things and Internet of camera, Internet of Internet of wireless systems, Internet of control systems. So IoT is the next most hottest area, followed by robotics, wherein mechanical, computer science, and even electronic students can join. Robotics, again, of course, remember, is not just hardware. It's all about software, hardware, both. So obviously, it's in huge demand. 3D molding, 3D printing is aiding robotics. Then followed by industrial automation. Remember, purely for electrical students, electronic students, and instrumentation students. Though mechanical students can share it, though computer science students have to program it, it's still the core. So industrial automation, especially software like SCADA, PLC automation, is picking up so fast. So industrial automation is one hot area for electronics or electrical or circuit branch students. That's where you can see how advanced industrial automation is becoming. Everything is getting mechanized. Mechanized not through mechanical gears and pulleys, mechanized in the form of industrial automation. Then, of course, aviation industry, avionics, electronics of aviation. Believe me, nobody in India has got any flavor for understanding aviation. That's one of the reasons why we have very few companies which are into core aviation, like Airbus and all. They belong to France. But believe me, this is one hot area for circuit branch students. The future belongs to aviation, rocket science, flying and flying and flying. So these are some of the areas which I thought are very critical for circuit branches. If you talk about core electrical now, the hardcore high power engineers, it's electric vehicles. So keeping these many things into view, I'm sure that you understand electric vehicles or avionics or industrial automation, or if you look at robotics, or if you look at IoT, what is common among all of this? What is a common thing? They all need a chip. They all need a circuit. They all need a very high-speed processor. That's VLSI. So I feel these are the areas which I hope circuit branch students should focus on.
Sir, the next question also linked with your high demand, like the chip industry, sir. What is the major area for the VLSI industry? Like, I mean, VLSI is very huge, sir. And you are, since you have many experience, sir, you know that there's a front end, back end, everything is related, but sometimes it needs a high level of knowledge, sir. So can we start with what are the major areas?
Yeah, broadly, VLSI, people understand it only as the front end or the design part of it. Using softwares and using the programming techniques, they try to design a system on a chip. But you should understand that VLSI industry is broad, that it has got three major portions in it. The design of the chip, then comes a fabrication of the chip, which most of us in India don't do, or most of the VLSI people don't do. The chip fabrication, because we don't have seriously any fabrication plant in India. Fabrication is totally patented by China and Taiwan and partly in US. And the third is applying these VLSI systems for their own requirements. So VLSI is broadly about three areas: the design part, which most of us learned, the fab part, the fabrication part, which India is still lagging behind, and the application part, where is using those chips and designing something else. Like I've got with me, lakhs and lakhs of NAND technology chips. I've got to use it for some application. So people using these VLSI are different, fabricating are different, designing people are different. So what do these design people do? Basically, they sit on a PC, they look like a software engineer, and all they do is take out some tools like Cadence, or take out some EDA tools called as electronic design automation, and they just look like a software engineer and then keep on selecting, pulling, dragging menus and assembling circuits,
Pull and
assembling
drag.
blocks,
Pull and
memory unit.
yes, sir.
Absolutely. They just look like a software engineer. That's what
Yes.
is the design part.
Pull and
So
drag
they
from
generally
library.
use the dialinks.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you could be placed anywhere here in Synopsys or Xilinx or Cadence.
Yes, sir.
You seem to be a software engineer, that's all, because you'll be writing a code for all these things. So design engineers basically are into the front end of designing the chip, assembling the circuit. Then comes the fabrication engineers, the material science experts, the chip experts. Wherein India is still lagging, but I'm sure next 5 years, India is going to get ready for mass production of semiconductor chips. It's a dream since the last 15 years, which is not being fulfilled. In spite of a fabrication unit or fabrication plant being set up in Chandigarh, being set up in Hyderabad, we are still lagging in mass production of semiconductor chips. The moment we take over this chip fabrication seriously, we have a complete domination of the electronics market. Because we are almost dominating, no doubt, the design market for the next 10 years, maybe we'll surely, but chip fabrication is still far away. I'm sure we'll dominate it. So these are the companies in India which are actually involved into it. Sankhya Labs, Tata LXI, ASM Technologies, our own SCL. These are the companies which are actually seriously thinking into chip manufacturing. In the sense, they finally bring out the chip. You may do something on the system and computer, but that's all virtual, right?
Yes, sir.
The final, hard copy has to come out. Okay. You may do any software on the system, but the hard copy has to come out. That's what is the chip is.
Yes, sir.
These are the companies genuinely focused on it. Believe me, these people have to take India in the next 10 years.
Yes, sir.
Look at world level, there are quite a few companies. The TSMC being the pioneer, shares nearly 60% of the market. So now, of course, it's in the third position. The Taiwan Semiconductor Company, TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductors, Samsung and Intel, they produce the highest number of chips. They fabricate the highest number of chips. In fact, Samsung, most of us know it for consumer electronics.
Yes, sir.
But it's actually a very small one.
Okay, sir.
It's a very small wing. They are majorly into chip fabrication. So these are the companies which, genuinely they are into. In fact, the first chip has been come out from TI, Texas Instruments.
Yes.
But they are nowhere in the top 5 now. So these people are into chip fabrication. Then comes, of course, application. Using those chips. Who all apply this? The computer industry applies. Robotics applies it.
Consumers.
Anybody who's into electronics will apply these VLSI chips. Because nobody is going to take a PCB, solder it, put a BJT on it, take a breadboard, connect it like your BTech studies.
That would be very hectic, sir.
Hectic, and it's outdated.
Yes, sir.
It's like going from Vizag to Delhi in a bullock cart when we have a flight as an alternate. So the world has changed so rapidly that we are no more into that BJTs and pulling up diodes and transistors and connecting them. We are at chip level where there are lakhs and millions of options at higher speeds. So who applies all these things? The application market is busy with computer motherboards, memory units, communication units, mobiles. All of them belong to the application market. Intel is, of course, into motherboards. That's why they're into chip fabrication. Samsung is into mobiles and consumer electronics. That's why they're into chip market. So everybody in the chip market, except TSMC, they're also into the application market. They fabricate their chips because they need it for their applications. Except TSMC. TSMC is not completely into application. They're only into fabrication units. So mobiles, home appliances, all of them belong to the application market. And these are the major consumers of VLSI. Qualcomm, Broadcom, Intel, Micron. So this is the broad spread of VLSI. So VLSI can be broadly classified into design, fabrication, and application. Design somebody does, fabrication somebody else does. I design it, fabrication goes in China. Sometimes I dump it on FPGA, I dump it on an ASIC. Yes, but the dumping on the ASIC or FPGA is not fabricated in India. That FPG again ultimately comes from China itself. The fabrication is ultimately from China or from Taiwan itself.
That's the reason, sir, that India needs to be set up its own plant, like because of security.
Absolutely.
Sir,
We're waiting. In fact, we've been waiting for the last 15 years.
yes, sir. Now things are changing, sir, and we are going towards Achhe Din.
They have invited proposals for setting up these fabrication plants. Government of India has already invited proposals 2 years back.
Yeah.
And very short, we'll see a revolution in fabrication. Not only in design.
I think there's a tie-up between the Gujarat for setting up the first chip factory, Gujarat or Karnataka.
Exactly.
Sir,
Exactly.
can we awareness? Yes, sir, sure.
In fact, if the focus would have been on Chandigarh or on Hyderabad, where already there are some few steps taken, it should have been much better.
Yes,
but
sir.
yes, there are a lot of steps
There
going forward.
already, sir, there are SCL, like semiconductor lab for in Chandigarh for the ISRO, sir.
Exactly.
Sir, we can go with the what is the future for VLSI in India, sir? Like you already stated that, but this is the formal, like you like to say something about this, sir?
Yeah, future of VLSI in India is very simple. Let me just tell you the India or the world. I'll talk in terms of market. Do you think the world is going against electronics or is it going in favor of electronics?
Sir, everything is going to our favors of electronics. We
favor
are
of electronics.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Whether it is an electronic home appliance or whether it is an rocket or whether it is a vehicle, most electronic students feel that electronics has no future. They feel that, coding, computer science, artificial intelligence. Come on, where will you implement that artificial intelligence? On a chip. Software and coding is the invisible part. The visible part is a chip. Without the body, what will the soul do? Software is a soul. Body is the hardware. So India has a bright future for VLSI because a lot of applications are coming wherein they need chips. So if you watch out the market in terms of value, US market is valued at $430 billion. 430. Just remember the number 430. The Indian market is just around roughly around 17 billion. Compare the 430 and look at the Indian 17.
That's very
See the
high,
potential of growth.
Yes, sir.
It's really. And look at the potential of growth now. Look at the growth market of US. It's only 8.8% growth rate. CAGR means growth rate. GR means growth rate. So the market is growing at 8.8, which means by another 7 years, maybe in 2029, it will double. The market will become double in another 7 or 8 years. But if you look at the Indian market, whose growth rate is 27%, that means Indian market is surely going to double within just 3 years, hardly, or maybe 4 years. That's where the Indian market is very, very competitive, very rapidly growing. Lot of potential. Whatever you want to implement, you got to ultimately implement with the chip. And that market is growing, obviously. Because every modern technology that you talk of needs an IC or chip.
Yes, sir.
IoT, robotics, everything is boosting the integration of, it's boosting the VLS industry. Moreover, IoT and robotics and artificial intelligence are becoming almost the same. A car is becoming smart. A phone has already become smart. Home automation is becoming smart. Everything needs a chip. So future is bright. Absolutely bright.
Okay, sir. Sir, now we coming to the reality of the students, like the aspirants wants to go into the industry, sir. And what is our procedure like what they have to do on the ground basis? Like in terms of Verilog, I asked you, sir, you tell about the behavior description.
Yeah.
Now, if we talk about the structural or the physical design, so what are the key steps that need to be taken by the students? So to get into the industry.
Students will always have this doubt, how do we enter into this industry? One of the easiest ways of entering into this industry is having a proper qualification in terms of an MTech or an MS through GATE, which is giving you a foundation for your life. So have an MTech or MS, preferably from IITs and NITs, where there are projects happening. Don't do your MTech from a formal college where, just go home and go there and come back in the evening. your college should be having some sort of projects happening. That's where ideas are always superior. The design, the R&D that happens is awesome, awesome. So go for GATE, go for your MTech. That's one of the easiest channels with competition at the minimum for GATE now. I think GATE is now where everybody's availability, because from 1 lakh students, the number of people writing GATE has come down to 50,000.
Yes, sir.
And this year in electronics, I'm expecting only 40,000 or 30,000 students to write it, which is half that of 2 years back. And remember, number of vacancies are not being reduced. So you have a very good chance of, entering into IITs. So go for that.
Yes,
the other way is going for some internship.
Yes,
absolutely. Sir. Going for internships, go for some industries, go for some, private PG diploma courses. Very short, easy method of 6 months. You don't need 1 year of coaching, 2 years of MTech. I call them as fast track career courses. So go for a fast track career course in PG diploma course in VLSI. It will surely boost your skills, and placement assistance will be there. That's going to be really helpful. And another, let me just tell you, good news is many colleges are coming with BTech with VLSI specialization, of which IIIT Delhi is the first to do it. Of course, private universities have done it, no doubt. So IIIT Delhi is coming with BTech in electronics with VLSI specialization, just like computer science now. Computer science specializations have come up, AML, data sciences.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly what's going to happen with electronics also, which is a very great boost to it. So even VIT AP, my own state, Andhra Pradesh, where, hardly 400 kilometers from here, we got this VIT AP. We got BTech EC with specialization in VLSI. So these are all the things, students, that really give a boost for, these are all the things that give a boost for VLSI and its importance. So I just wanted to speak about VLSI because my love for electronics will never die out. And VLSI is the latest, huge, hottest thing in electronics now. So just wanted to speak about it.
Sir. So, like I said, you are a man of experience, sir, and this data shows all, sir. Like you have a 22 exchanging experience, and you are educated in EE/EC, sir. Sir, in working in free coaching, sir, and all this before pre-COVID and post-COVID, sir, how the life changed, sir? Like from the offline to online coaching, the online, everything, the transition. Like we are speaking on the Zoom, and once you started this coaching, like that teacher's life, this is not possible, sir. So how you look back into this, sir? Like,
so post-COVID teaching and education has rapidly changed. In fact, changes are occurring so rapidly in today's world that you're not able to predict when things are going to change. I'll give you a small example of how things will change. See, Kohli, after 1 year, he hit a century, it seems.
Yes, sir.
So he took 1 year to hit a century, and then he was so happy. Twitter was, shouting Kohli, Kohli. Facebook was with Kohli. WhatsApp status were Kohli, and all it lasted was 1 day. Because second day, Rishi Sunak has come out suddenly, and everywhere you hear Rishi Sunak, Rishi Sunak. Yes, and poor Kohli, he enjoyed the success for only 1 day. 1 year he waited. So rapidly things are changing. Look at stars coming, going up. Look at, a lot of film actors shining for 1 day, 2 days going. So is life also becoming so rapidly changing. Especially in teaching, I found that post-COVID, people are not ready completely for offline. They're not ready completely for online. It's tough to concentrate in online 100%. It's equally tough to go offline in heavy rains or walking there and physically sitting there. So hybrid mode is going to work out now. You need a touch of online and offline both, which is very vital. You need a touch of both. Sir, so that's what I felt in teaching. Hybrid model is going to really work out.
Sir, being a teacher, sir, you like to take the online coaching, or you miss the offline, sir, part? Like you very directly interact with the students, like everything, sir. What you miss the most?
Personally, my feeling, or let me just tell you personally, I don't know about other teachers, but myself, I just enjoy offline like anything. So in Vizag, we have an offline, so I'm not missing anything right now. But I do miss that hundreds of sitting in my class, 400 students sitting in my class, and me delivering a pin drop silence class. Because when I was in Delhi teaching, we had 300 to 400 students in a class. Not even a single student was talking. And so interactive. They used to answer, they used to give us response. And it was an awesome experience. So that cannot match at all in offline, in online, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I mean, in online, you don't even know who the other person is. You don't even know who is watching, who is commenting, who is scolding you, who is appreciating you. And in online, anybody can sit in your class. It's not a paid student. It's anybody who's coming, who is sitting for fun. He's doing all the comments. He's doing negative aspects. And moreover, he can boost a teacher. He can make a teacher fall, because after all, it's your own media. You can speak anything, any stupid stuff. So online in no way considered to be authentic and reliable, because anybody can come there, and we don't know the authenticity of the person. So offline is very different. The charm is different. So we are encouraging most of the Vizag students to come offline, but those who can't come, they're coming through online for our coaching, and they come with very secure means, in the sense they have to switch on their cameras. They have to talk to us frequently. We have frequent interactive sessions, doubt clearing sessions. So we have a different charm, and we have different charm of online, but otherwise offline is the best, undoubtedly.
Sir, my next question is, sir, how post-COVID era changed the student's life? Like, you are good with the observation, sir, and also from a coaching perspective, sir, like how the things changes. Like you said already, sir, things are changing rapidly. The fame, the success, everything has changed. So how you observe post-COVID life for student and a
Post-COVID, one of the major changes I found is content is now available everywhere. It's all student who has to search it. So huge availability of content is one plus for post-COVID that has happened. But along with that comes the problem of genuine content or authentic content. You study for 50 hours and then you realize that it is useless for GATE exam. So it's meaningless. So students have a choice, but they're spoiled by choice. You go to a buffet and then eat everything, and then you spoil your stomach. It's useless. Similarly, you have content available. That's one positive thing about COVID changes, but still searching the right content is still getting difficult. Right? Second thing is affordability. The content has become quite cheap and affordable, and students are always at an advantage. They got more convenient way of learning. They don't have to run behind offline centers or behind crowded classrooms. So a lot of changes have occurred, no doubt, and everything is in positive of the student. Everything occurred in favor of the students. Coaching industry, of course, has taken a beating, which is a good thing. Coaching industry should not become a huge, mafia, like, huge business. So it's a good positive change. That's what I should accept it.
Sir, online coaching gives a benefit for the students who have a financial constraint.
Absolutely.
And they cannot go to big cities like Vizag, Delhi.
Yes.
So how you see this?
See, for students, I already told you it's a huge advantage. Provided you properly choose it, it's a huge advantage. There's no doubt about it. It's a huge advantage. And the only thing about it is, be clear with what are you choosing. Be clear with what are you choosing, in the sense you should be very cautious with, are you choosing the right content or not? Is it useful to your exam or not? That means you need more awareness of quality. The student is a judge of quality. You have to judge the quality and then go ahead. That means you need some awareness from your own side. See, if you go for offline, you go to a reliable institute and they'll teach you everything. But in online, you can't rely. So you need awareness more. You need whether the question is useful for GATE exam or not, whether the topic is in syllabus or not. So those awareness, if you have, it's always advantageous, no doubt.
So that gives the edge to the students, sir. Sir, one more question, sir. Like the students previously, like once you start teaching the students, sir, at that time, student used to spend 3 to 4 years or 2 to 3 years max after BTech to wait for the government job and vacancy. Now now we gone through all the VSI incentives on the prospective and the future aspects. So is it wise to wait for 2 to 3 years for the government job, or is it push yourself or work hard on the VLSI sector to get a high profile, get a high paying job in private sectors? What's your views?
Waiting for a government job for 2 to 3 years is ridiculous. dedicatedly for that is not sensible. You can wait for 1 year, take a proper training, and then of course join some private job or change your industry and keep trying for whatever your goals are. Could be your goal is a government job or ESC or maybe IES or civil services. But don't be dedicated for that for 2 to 3 years, because the world is so rapidly changing. There are a lot of opportunities.
Okay, sir.
Right? There are a lot of shortcuts to success. There are lot of areas where you can explore. It's not necessary that a government officer is the only successful person in the world. Anybody who can earn income through YouTube channels or through TikTok videos or through a proper private job, or who can go outside and settle down in US, they're all successful.
Okay.
Somebody who has gone to Stanford is successful. Somebody who has gone to Germany for a job is also successful. Somebody who has gone to, some very great position is also successful without having a government job. So I don't think it's sensible to wait for a government job for more than, 2 to 3 years.
Sir, you just started this good initiative, sir. Can you talk about this, or can you tell us about this?
Yeah, this is my dream project, Vinayagar Gate Pro. It's not a commercial earning means, or it's not something which is for commercially, growing on it. It's meant with a very good initiative of giving quality coaching, and that too to those students who can't afford it many times. So I started it as my post-retirement plan for teaching students in VLSI. Then coincidentally, it went on to a great level. Coincidentally, we had to go for an app online because of the huge response. My students from Delhi and all requested, especially my students from Varanasi, Banaras, we have, from Bhopal, we have. So coincidentally, we established Gate Pro for good of everybody through online, offline. And we have a very interesting concept of the Super 30 concept from Anand Kumar. We have a concept of Pro 22, wherein 22 students will be given free coaching every year. Of course, this year we could select only 12 students because of various reasons. The exam that we held was so tough. So we're giving free coaching every year. This will continue as a promise from my side. That's my retirement plan, actually. That's how we actually started off. Coincidentally, we're doing well now with regular gate coaching. Of course, in the evening, 5 to 8, we got classes. Weekend, we got again Saturday, Sunday classes. Saturday afternoon and Sunday. Online live classes are happening every day. And those classes will be recorded and put in the app again. So if anybody can't come offline that day because of any reasons in college or anything, the recording will be available in the app. And of course, we're also going to in-campuses, different colleges. We have a tie-up with 2 colleges in Visakhapatnam right now. So in 2 colleges, we are already giving in-campus training. So this is our initiatives. The biggest plus point with Gate Pro is, very simple plus point I'll tell you is, every student has got access to everything here. Once you join us, you'll get access to the app. You will get access to the live classes offline. You'll also get a camera print, or the camera will be there in the classroom also, through which you'll be getting access. So it's an all access hybrid mode that we're going with. That's about Gate Pro, and this is our upcoming version. This is our upcoming project, Job Pro, wherein we'll be going for job-oriented courses and training. One of our partner division is going to do it. I may not be completely involved in it, but one of our partner divisions are going to handle this Job Pro. Next month, the project is going to start, and we'll be helping a lot of students in this.
Okay, sir. Sir, sir, what is the current batch size like? Like how many students are in one batch?
We are limiting it to 50 students per batch now. Right now, we limited it. Offline also, we're limiting it. But majorly, since online, we have recorded students who can watch recording classes. So we have no limit for that. But as far as the offline is concerned, we limited it to 50 right now. Because the classroom capacity has been designed for 50 only. Because it's not a commercial institute, right? So it's my own venture. So we have not gone for very, expansive and very huge classrooms and all. We got projector enabled. We have got projector enabled as well as camera enabled classrooms. In the sense, sometimes if the teacher can't come, the teacher will also give you a live class. Suppose if the student can't come, that will be captured through the camera also. So it's dual, it's hybrid mode. That's where we are really shining well. In the sense, any student can come online, he can come offline also. Complete access. It's a big project.
Sir, you have experience in many coaching, sir, and you now started this your venture. Sir,
No,
what's
I have experience only in 4 coaching centers.
sir? That's a lot, sir, because you are
Yeah, 4 coaching centers. That is ACE
yes,
for
sir.
2 years,
Yes, sir.
Madeeasy for 9 years, Unacademy for 2.5 years.
So you
Right.
just
So
you
ACE for
just
2 years very shortly in 2009, 2010. Madeeasy is my success, my dream, my Madeeasy is everything for me. It gave me everything. So that's my major, my USP or whatever you call me. Madeeasy is always my own, hard work or whatever dedication it is. We did a lot there. Yeah.
so I mean, sir, you cover all the major coaching that we talk about, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
and you, sir, what is the things are you make it different for your own coaching? After observing all 4 coaching, what's the one thing, the one USP of your coaching that is very different from the others?
We are not at all concerned with finance and commerce. That is the only thing.
Okay,
We don't
sir.
even ask, we don't even charge any fee. They come, there's some limited minimum fee, they pay it. And even if they don't pay, we don't ask. And we give access to everything. So we are not commercially, operating it. It operates just like a family, my retirement, they come. That's one of the major differences. You won't find that, hardcore fee, prescription, itna pay karo, you pay this much, pay that much. There won't be anything like that. That's one thing. Second thing is the style of operation is very different. We are totally focused on quality. We are totally focused on quality, and we have only 2 teachers in electronics, myself and one more teacher, Manmada Madhu sir, and we deliver the complete goods with top quality. Right? That's one thing. Second, the most important thing, how we maintain quality is we have access to online and offline both. Right? So anybody coming to us won't be completely coming offline or won't be completely coming online. They can go in a hybrid model. So these are the things which make us very different.
Okay, sir. And this is your the current live free lectures thing you like.
Yeah. These are all the, my free classes when I was in Unacademy, blockchain, IoT. I did a lot of free classes them teaching about all these technologies, virtual reality, ethical hacking. All these were my favorite areas at the time. So electric cars, career opportunities out of BTech. And this was my most popular video series, Antennas, 38K plus views, all organically genuine views, no purchasing views and all. So this is one of my most popular videos in Antennas. Of course, gate score opportunity is still going very well.
Yes, sir.
And this is, of course, my favorite subject, talking about my favorite subject. These are all some of the most, this interview preparation guide is also very important series, wherein I taught around 8 to 9 videos on how to prepare for interviews for electronic students, where I used to give them sample questions. So ये भी काफी popular था, very popular. And
Yes,
these are
sir.
all my other popular videos. Astronomy and field theory was my favorite. I talked about how electromagnetics is connected to astronomy. So history interviews, a lot of things I have done as a passion. I never taught things for money, actually. I was not really into commercial fleecing and money, even when I was in my coaching institute where I was working. I taught it with passion. I taught it with complete passion. That's all. And that took me to different stages of life. So that's about myself.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for doing, sir. Sir, so we are at the end of this interview, sir, and we are wrapping up of the interview. Could you give us some motivation tips to our students, to our viewers, so that after watching this video, they feel more motivated to work harder?
Yeah. My simple motivation is very simple point. I'll tell you. You need at any cost one success in life. Once you get that single success in life, you will be respected. You will be looked at very differently. So each of you, whoever, whatever stage you are in, you might have 10 backlog subjects, or you could be the topper of the class. You need one great achievement in your life. Work for that achievement. Once you achieve it, it could be a very good job. It could be getting an MTech admission, or it could be getting a BTech admission, or it could be, it could be earning some money. Whatever you feel success is, get that single success. Then life is yours. Respect is yours. Everyone will respect you. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing this for the meditation experience, sir. The real experience, real truth, sir. Thank you for doing this, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.